Hey guys, welcome to October's tarot reading. And there's so much going on right now. Typically when I talk about the gods, I'm talking about the Greek ones. However, for some reason I've been feeling something with Venus. I'm not very in tune with Wicca or Hellenic culture, and all of this is just kind of what I do naturally. So if you know anything about the gods, let me know, because for the past few weeks, something about Venus has been up, and just I feel like I need to know more about Venus in general. And for today's reading, we have 8 piles because I've also been getting the number 8 a lot, and the amount of times I've gotten it has been way more than coincidental. It's like someone with an 8 number rule like hit me, and it's so surreal. And at the very top, the overall reading is the Chariot decisions. So I feel like in the month of October, there's a lot that we need to choose. And I mean, with 8 cards to choose from, there's a lot that we can discuss. So I'll give you some time to think it through, see which pile you want to choose, and we'll be back. Alright, and now we're on to pile number 1. Alright, if you chose pile number 1, you also chose Angelite. And in my last reading, I kind of hinted at no longer saying what each gemstone means, because I feel like what I say versus what you find out what it means can be two completely different things. And so your interpretation of something means more than what I have to say. But here we have the 6 cards for today. I have a feeling that you have been working a lot. You've been plotting, you've been by yourself for a little bit. You left people who were doing the same thing as you just so that you could find your own path in it. However, you've forgotten that there are people who can help you. There are other people doing the same thing as you. Other people who can teach you and be there for you. And I feel like along the way, whatever you're doing, perhaps it's a solo project, you've forgotten that you're not alone, and along the way you've carried this burden. How do I explain this? It feels like you're very caught up in your head, and the judgment isn't coming from anyone else, it's just coming from yourself and your isolation. Even though this is your own project and you don't want anyone else to be involved in it, you have to go back to them. You have to at least open your mind to a little criticism. You know, if you complete a project and the only opinion you get on it is yourself, obviously you're either critique it so hard you never post it, or you love it so much that you won't even think of the possibility you might have done something wrong. There is balance with the major arcana and minor arcana. You need to reach an equilibrium with this, and I feel like with your project, maybe it's something that you've been doing for a while, something you want to wait until you have all the pieces before putting together. But something tells me that that's not how things should go, and something tells me that there's at least one person who wants to help you, and you know what? With the Ace of Swords, I feel like you should let them help you. Don't let them take over, don't let them control what you do, but let them tell you, hey, what if you did this instead? Or what if you implemented this theory? I feel like, given that this is a project, it's best to let someone know what it is, given that this project will go out to the public one day. And you know, it's best to get an opinion of someone in the public rather than just yourself. I'm sorry, but that's all I'm really seeing for today. Mainly just don't just think for yourself, allow others to help build you up, because life isn't just about winning, it's about the friends you make along the way. It's super cheesy, but you know, they're there for you, and Yes, they have their own goals in mind. Yes, they have their own priorities, but if they really do want to help you, they will. You don't have to beg them. I feel like this is something that will take a lot off your shoulders without putting more on. I'm sorry this couldn't be more clear for you, but that will be all for today, and on to pile number 2. Alright, if you chose pile number 2, you also chose Rhodochrosite. And right off the bat, I can see good fortune in your life. I see something, maybe on the financial side of things, getting better. With the Ace of Pentacles and Wands, I definitely see that your passions will finally give success to you. I feel like you've been slaving away at something for so long, and you're finally posting it, or you're finally creating it, or it's just coming together now, which would then give you some sort of stability. I feel like you've already created this, and now you're just pushing it out, and people are taking notice. People love your work. People love your creativity, and because of that, I feel like you will gain from it. So if you're like a content creator, and you've been like putting really good content out, and like something that you're proud of, not something that you're just mindlessly posting, I feel like people are taking notice that this is with your heart and soul, and because of that, donations are a thing. For some reason, my mind is really going with TikTok, but that's probably just because all my current friends and acquaintances are from around the TikTok/YouTube community. But I definitely feel like it's like a video of some sort that you created, which will gain a lot of attraction. I want to say, with the 9 of Wands, that maybe you're spilling some tea. Maybe this video, or series of videos, is low-key a shade. Or perhaps it's like something you've kept quiet, and it's like a secret project that you're now releasing. I definitely feel like whatever you're planning to create this month, I feel like it's definitely gonna give you some good rewards. Because you even have the Emperor who knew how to use the tools in front of him, and so created this empire. However, there is the 2 of Swords and also the Chariot, which does mean there is some indecision happening here. And I believe that has to do with the 5 of Pentacles. You no longer are the person you were back then. I feel like you've definitely grown as a creator. You've grown as an entrepreneur, a business person. Because yes, although my friends and myself is on, the online presence, this doesn't exclude people working hard in real life, people who, are doing startups, people who have jobs and are trying to get promotions. This doesn't exclude you. So I feel like your work ethic from 5 years ago is definitely not what it is now. I feel like you've definitely gained knowledge to do what you wanted to do, and you have the secrets that there's a give and take. You can't say everything you want to do, but if you say enough, if you release enough of your passion right now, something good will happen. By no means, don't release every single thought you have, because, example, I have dozens of book series that I want to post, but if I were to post them all now, first of all, I only have some drafts finished, and second of all, because it's multiple series at once. If someone likes Series A, but I have more of Series B being pushed out, then, Series A will then have to wait, and the momentum that Series A gained just stops there. So, focus your passions onto this one thing, and push that out. I feel like you need to center your passions. Maybe you want to write and sing and draw and create and just work and do this and that. I feel like, yes, don't stop doing that. You should always brush up on your passions, make sure everything is fresh. But in terms of turning that into something for financial gain, pick one and go with that for a little bit. Nurture one passion, but by no means stop the rest. It'd be like a pleasant surprise when you're in a movie and people are like, oh wow, I love this actor, and then they Google that actor and they find out they also have this, and this to go by. But you know, if you don't focus your passions on one thing, you'll never be in that movie. Because you were focusing on this, this, and this at the same time, you maybe didn't realize you had a shot at that audition, and you thought, maybe let's learn the piano instead. But then you're like, halfway through the lessons, you're like, maybe I should take up singing instead, and just calm down, take a deep breath. Pursuing one passion does not mean the end of another. It just means it's in the back burner for a while. It's still burning, it's still fiery. But when you focus on one thing, that can ignite, and it can lead you to good places. Just because you follow one path doesn't mean you can't go back to use another, and it doesn't mean that two paths won't converge later in life. You deserve it. And now, on to pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3. I really want to move this somehow. Again, it looks like it's on a slant. Give me one moment. Alright. I don't know why this is bugging me now. Oh my god. Okay, we're just gonna leave it. Just off the bat, I feel like you're very neurotic. I'm so sorry to say this. I feel like you're someone who, you know, you're doing what you're doing and it's good, but you feel like it could be better. I definitely get that vibe off of this. And by the looks of it, I feel like I'm correct. You keep thinking that you could have more, that although it's good now, you just wait it out, and what you have isn't enough. You're looking at it. You're looking at all you have, and you think that, you know, this is good. Maybe if I just wait for this one, it will work. And you know what? Maybe it does, but you're also missing opportunities. You're missing opportunities that are being given to you because you're still so hung up on your head. Take a step back and look at what other people are trying to offer you. I feel like, you know, what you have is good, it's great, you know, if you want to pursue it, I'm not here to stop you. However, I feel like someone is trying to help you out. Someone is paving a path for you, which, you know, I personally, I'm not someone who likes handouts, but I feel like this one is good. And I feel like this path that's being paved isn't straying from what you have, it's just simply making it easier for you. Because you definitely have been slaving over this one thing for a while. You think that if you keep on going and keep doing this, even if it takes years, that this will be great for you. And you're so in your head about that you don't realize that someone else also has that passion or has people in that field, people who, like, they know people and they could, like, you know, put a good word in for you. You don't realize that because you've been alone on this for a while. You've been alone. You feel like, and you do know a lot about this certain thing that you're trying to accomplish, and you like to help other people, but you don't realize that you may also need help yourself. You're someone who's always seeking for answers, someone who looks for things, but doesn't realize that someone else is looking for them. I feel like you're looking for answers, but not all of them. Like, are you purposely ignoring something? I'm sorry. I feel like you're guarding something. Although the swords are about the mind, I've always seen the Knight of Swords somewhat more emotionally. I feel like you're keeping information from someone, even from yourself. Perhaps you know exactly what needs to be done, but you don't want to do it that way. You think that if you find your own way to do it, that would be better, because this way that you know has to be done, or know that it's easier, you don't like it. Maybe it's moral reasons, maybe it's just pride. I feel like you're definitely avoiding the easy way for a reason. But have you taken some time to consider it recently? Perhaps it's like a corporation, you know? in the past they might have been horrible, so you stopped buying from them. But in recent years, maybe they are treating people better, treating the environment better, so it's like kind of okay to buy from them again, you know? It's this thing that you're blocking out of your mind. Have you seen them recently? Have you heard of how things are being done? Perhaps this new way, well, old way is now new, and I don't think it's gonna hurt you. I feel like if you accept that this might be the way it needs to be done, that something good will happen. I feel like you've been slaving for so long, you deserve a little bit of ease, you know? Artists don't have to suffer for their passions anymore. There are people who would more than willingly lay down their lives to help you. And you don't have to sign any contract. You don't have to completely go one way or the other. I feel like you should at least consider what someone is offering you right now. Do what they want for a little bit. See if that's something that, you know, sparks new inspiration in you. But you've done so much research, you've been slaving for a while, and you've been by yourself for a while. Letting someone help you is going to be hard. And you know what? It might not be what you want. You definitely don't want it right now. No one's telling you that you have to take this one route and stick with it. I'm just saying, test it out, you know? See if it's something you might like now. It's better to know that you hate it because you tried it than just by what you thought of it, you know? Things can seem a lot scarier in our heads. Lapis is about truth and honesty. The truth is, it's not good to be by yourself. At least hear them out. On to the next pile. Right, I believe this is pile number 4. Oh wait, I mean, we already saw what those cards were. But I feel like you've got a lot of faith. Definitely a lot of faith. You just don't know where to put it. You've been so hung up on this version of life. I'm sorry, I don't know why that just spit out, but I feel like you've been hung up on this version of life. A piece of life that has been so great, you believe that you need to go back to it. Perhaps, you know, you're one of those people who's like, high school was the best 4 years of my life, so you want to relive that, you want to hang on to that. But that's not it, Chief. That might be what you want. No, I don't think that's what you want. I feel like, yes, you're comfortable with it, and so you've been laying down with it. You know, you fought the war, and so now you just want to relax and be trapped in your memories, but that's not what you want. There's adventure out there that's calling for you. There's something new for you. So yes, although you are clinging to something right now, I don't think you're clinging onto it on purpose. Like, you definitely know that you're stuck in this phase of life, but you know that it's time for a change. It's time to open up your heart. Perhaps someone hurt you. I don't think it was a breakup, I think it was something else. Someone definitely hurt you in the past, and it's hindered your ability to move on. I'm so sorry. I don't... I don't know why I said that, but oh god, I'm crying. Okay, I'm so sorry. But it is getting better. That gem is Hematite. It's for protection. The future isn't gonna hurt you. You're not... The past might have been great, but it was great because you were alive, you were living, you weren't afraid. And I feel like you know that. You don't want to be hurt again. There is love for you. I don't see this as a new person coming into your life, but you're gonna find yourself again. You're gonna love yourself again. And I just feel like the big decision, the big chariot question is whether or not you'll cling on to the past because it was happier than what happened, or if you're gonna try to move past things and live your life again. I definitely feel like something happened that just shut you off from new opportunities, new adventures. I feel like you just wanted to lay down and just not do anything again. But I promise you, if you put yourself out there, you will feel whole again. It's my Hematite ring. It was a ring. It broke in two, but it was a whole person, and I still keep it because although it's not completely as it was before, I still admire it. It's still of value, you know? You're not lesser because of what happened. In fact, it just makes you more unique. I don't know why that was I don't know why this one was so negative. It will get better, I promise. Alright, pile number 5. Hopefully it's a bit more cherry than the last one, I'm not gonna lie. That one was heavy. But here we have 2 queens and a traitor. 3 queens. Oh, 2 queens and a king, my bad. A love triangle? No. I feel like you are in a group of 3. 2 queens and a king. It doesn't have to be 2 girls on a board, just 2 feminine energies and a masculine. Water, air, and fire. Emotional, intelligence, and passionate. I feel like someone betrayed the other. I definitely feel like there's been a lie that's been told. Because you're trying to run from it. You're trying to run from what you know happened because you've been with them for so long. This is about loyalty. The traitor, the hangman is hung like this, by the ankle, because that is what happens to traitors. And it's about putting a new perspective on things. Your loyalty is blind. I'm sorry to be so blunt, but this is blind loyalty. Something happened, and you're refusing to fully acknowledge it because these people aren't you. You're the 4th person here, and these 3 are the people it's talking about. I could be completely wrong on this, but I feel like it's 3 other people on you, like a group of 4, where you know these 3 people have done something wrong, and you don't want to say anything because, you know, they're your friends, they're people you've been with for a while, and so you don't want to believe that they could be capable of doing this. I don't know what this is. I definitely feel like it has to do with lying, like someone has been keeping secrets, or someone has just not been honest. The Queen of Chalices is about love and experiencing love. The Queen of Swords is about being able to critique, but also critiquing others. And the King of Wands, he's just... I feel like someone's been dishing something out, but hasn't been letting people dish it back at them, you know? Like, this could be a group of 4 friends where some of them think they're better than others, but because that's just the friend dynamic, you let it slide, but I don't think this is good. I definitely feel like someone's losing here. This is so I'm getting such toxic vibes from this. Dude, if you can, you need to, like, drop them as fast as you can. Like, don't be mean about it, because I feel like if you're mean to them, they're just gonna snap hard on you, but the truth needs to come out. You need to realize that Just because they're your friends doesn't exclude them from what would have happened if they were just strangers. Don't let yourself get dragged down by them. Don't take the fall for them. The queens and kings represent people who were able to use their passions, emotions, intelligence, everything to their advantage to build up the kingdoms. But perhaps because they have what they want, they've become cocky about it. It's like they built the kingdoms, and now they think they can just take what they want. They refuse to believe that it's one of those people who have struggled, but since they're now successful, refuse to acknowledge that they struggled, refuse to relate to people because of their struggles. They then believe they were on the top and meant to be on the top this entire time. You gotta knock them off the throne. Enough with the bullshit. I'm so sorry. But you can't take this shit anymore. I don't believe that you're the one who's been up in their head believing that they're superior. I feel like you are one of their friends who has to deal with this new attitude of theirs. It's not good, and you can run and say that, this is just a phase. I don't think they're gonna realize that until it's too late. Someone has to tell them that this isn't right. And I feel like you have to be the one to do it. Set things straight, knock them off their high horses, remind them of their roots, and if they refuse to listen to you, yes, they're your friend, but how much happiness are you getting from being with them? Sometimes it's easier to leave. I'm someone who likes to leave, but I feel like you need to save something before you go, if you go. But I definitely feel like if they don't listen, you can't stay here. I'm so sorry that this has been so rushed. I'm angry for you. On to the next pile. Sunstone. It should be joyful, hopefully. Yeah, it's a good one. I'm sorry, the last few readings were a bit harsh, so you are definitely... You're doing amazing, sweetie. You are doing amazing. And just keep doing what you're doing. You can breathe. Honestly, you need to breathe. This isn't like, you've done so much, it's time to take a break. It's, you've done so much, take a break. Hamilton, take a break. You've created and you've built so much up for yourself. You've let people know what your name is. You've put so much passion into this project. You've, released the business statement or project or something. You've done something that you've always wanted to do, and you think if you stop now, you lose this momentum. But really, if you don't stop now, you're burn out faster than you started. You've created and left these seeds for other people to help you water and grow. If you pick this pile, please clear your mind right now and take a big breath. You deserve it. You haven't reached your goal just yet, but you're at a point where you can breathe, and if you don't water the seeds for a week, they're not gonna rot. They're there, they're in the ground, and they are growing. But you can't tend to them too much, or, too much minerals can be bad for things, If you take too much vitamins, that can actually harm you. You no longer have to stress about it. This is the 10 of chalices. The entire cycle has been complete. The challenges that you faced are over. The new song will begin soon. But until then, you can put your feet to rest. Definitely. You've slaved. You slaved over this one thing, and you've done it. You've laid the groundwork, but now it's time to enjoy life for what it is. It's time to see your wedding, You've probably missed opportunities to hang out with friends in the past because you thought this one thing just had to be done. You've planted the seeds. It's ready to go. You know what you're doing, but now you need to know it's time to allow yourself to breathe. It's time to allow yourself to breathe because you need to have more faith in yourself. People are all following you. Your projects haven't gone unnoticed. People have faith in you. You just don't have faith in yourself that it'll stick. You feel like you'll just be another one of these trends if you stop now, but you won't. I promise you that all this hard work is gonna come back in a good way. You will get the justice that you deserve. The music may have ended. You may still be ready to dance, you know? But it's time to rest. Things will start back up soon. Perhaps this is a message about COVID. I know when COVID hit, I was like, oh no, I need to record more videos. I need to make sure that, my schedule is perfect. It's just concrete. I wanted to make sure that with everything that was thrown at me, I could punch back. But now it's that time that COVID measures are starting to lighten up. You don't have to constantly be on your toes. You can breathe. If you miss a week of uploading, if you don't do this one cosplay, if you, take a day off of work, I feel like that won't hurt you. You feel like it will because you're afraid that everything will crumble, but it won't hurt you. You're allowed to relax. Comment down below if you got this pile because I want to see what you've been trying to create for the past few months, years, or life, This project of yours, the seeds have been planted. We can breathe. We're not going to be forgotten. And we just need to have faith in ourselves because people have faith in us. On to the next pile. Now this one was a bit interesting. I was trying to figure out what gemstones I should use for each pile, but it felt right to leave one without a gemstone. Because you're a risk taker. With a 7 of... Whoa, a lot of wands. Wait, hold on. Okay, I was... You take a lot of risks. I feel like you're self-destructive. I'm sorry that came out so... No. Why are you doing this to yourself? I'm so sorry for putting it so bluntly, but I feel like you're sabotaging yourself. You're taking on these massive challenges because you know you can do it, but then something happened where you're putting other people first. It's like a contest. You know that you'll win, you're a shoo-in for it. But you think that someone else deserves it more, that you sabotage yourself so that they can have it. Why? And you've been doing this for a while. I feel like you want to believe you sabotage yourself because that's what you deserve. I feel like maybe someone's told you in the past that you don't deserve to win and someone always deserves to do it more than you. And so that's why you let them win. But you deserve the world. You deserve so much, and for each time you've let someone win, they haven't forgotten that. And all these bad things that's happened to you in the past, I feel like, yes, although you let us... I'm sorry, more words are trying to be pushed out of my mouth than I can process. I feel like, although, yes, you've allowed yourself to lose, you don't like losing, and so you've taken a toll on yourself. Yes, you let them win, and they're so happy that they won, but it's been hurting you. I feel like something is coming up where you have the opportunity to once again compete, to win. You can't let someone else win. You might believe they deserve it more than you, but life has been spinning in your favor. The reason why you have been able to allow other people to win and sabotage yourself is because life knows you deserve it. Yes, this other person might have also worked just as hard as you, but this is your chance to shine. This is financially, you have what it takes to set the seeds for your finance, for your stability, for your career, but you're sabotaging yourself. You're helping others because you think that, you know, it's best to help others, and it's good to help others. I'm not saying it's not. I just feel like you need to focus on yourself. Let yourself win. Let people know that you're capable of winning. Because although I believe that some people understand that you're sabotaging yourself to let others win, I feel like most people think you're lazy. I feel like most people think that you're not committed. And that because you sabotage yourself so much, I don't think they understand what you're capable of. I feel like you need to be like, alright, this is my time. I'm going to do this for myself. I am going to win. Yes, this person beside me deserves so much. And, you know, maybe they're in a worse position than you. That's not an excuse to sabotage yourself. Because what if this was a competition they entered where you weren't in it? They wouldn't have won. Someone else would have. You let them win because you're that great of a person. But life is telling you that it's your turn to rise. Life is telling you that it's your turn. Whatever it is that you might be planning to sabotage yourself on again, see it through and know that the person that you wanted to sabotage yourself for, they're gonna get something good later in life too. It's just you deserve this now more than anything. Please. I feel like something great will happen if you just allowed yourself to succeed. That's all for today. On to the next pile. Last but not least, Amethyst, or what's left of it on the chain anyways. I read somewhere that for spiritual purposes, I guess, the pigment is where the energy is, so the lighter it is, the less it gives off. So with Amethyst, you know, whatever healing properties it has is more deeper in the pink, it's more deeper rooted in the purple, and as it fades, it's just losing its energy. And so I guess when my Amethyst snapped, you know, leaving me with what was left of the pink, why am I saying pink? I feel like you should Google what pink means. I feel like whatever pink means will be greatly related to this reading. But here we have... Ooh, you're going on some adventure, aren't you? Or perhaps you're just a go-getter. You're definitely a go-getter. You are so adventurous. You're lovely. You're bubbly. And you know that. You're so loving and kind. You're like a mother figure. And I see good things happening for you. I feel like you are just so... Nothing is wrong in your life, really. It's just... Although nothing is wrong in your life, nothing really is happening to you. Like, things are happening around you and so you're reacting, but you aren't personally being affected by it. I feel like your decision here is to take that adventure. Your friend wants to go on a road trip, let's go. You want to maybe volunteer. It's been like something in your mind for a while. I feel like you should do it. I feel like you've been affected by the plot for a while. It's time for you to actually change the plot for yourself. Because oh my god, you're so bubbly. I'm getting such great vibes from you. Jesus Christ. This is a great end to the video. You're searching for someone. I feel like in the pandemic, a lot of people kind of put the dating scene on hold just because they didn't want, you know, to add that to the social circle in case, you know, that circle had COVID or something. I feel like you've been waiting. Perhaps you were waiting because, oh, school, you know, I should focus on my education. Oh, college, I should focus on my degree, and you always put it in the back burner, but I feel like it's time. I feel like it's time that you're gonna meet the one. And although I shouldn't say this, I feel like the plot has been affecting you so much that this person is going to come into your life no matter what you do. But I still feel like you should put yourself out there, because when you meet someone, a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm gonna meet the one, it's gonna be like this, and this, and so they're all up in their head imagining this perfect life, but they're not realizing while they do this, they aren't making experiences for themselves. So when you finally meet that person, you have nothing to talk about. It's just like, oh, back when I was a teenager, I just thought of the future, and it's just, oh, you know, it's not much of a conversation. I feel like you should definitely do something like hang out with your friends more, you know? Be able to say in the future when you are talking with your significant other, be like, oh, me and my friend went to like Budapest. You get what I'm saying? Like, me and my friend, we took a weekend trip to Paris. Like, I feel like this is the time to make stories for yourself. Obviously, don't travel because of COVID, but like, you know, help out in your local community. You know, just take a walk with your friends. I feel like you need to be with people right now, because you give off such a great vibe. And with like some people, they've been home all the time, just like trying to avoid COVID, that they haven't put themselves out there to talk to people. You know, reach out. You know, people love talking to you, and I feel like you just need to. It's your time to shine. You're just so amazing. Good things have to happen to you. It's just you needed reassurance. That took a turn. But I feel like recently you haven't been feeling your best, and so you've been in your head. But like, no, you are so amazing. You're so bright and bubbly. You're a risk taker. You love so hard, and you're great, and you shouldn't forget that. An example with me is like, I'm someone who loves being out there, but if people don't talk to me first, I kind of don't talk to them. So, you know, you kind of withdrew from yourself, and, you know, other people, you know, they probably thought you wanted your space, so they withdrew from you. That's not and so in your head, you think they hate you, or you think they've moved on. That's not the case. They still care about you. They're just waiting for you're that person who like sees a text and then doesn't reply for like 3 days because you forgot. They're waiting for you to talk to them again. They love you. You haven't been forgotten, and know that people care, and you're just a great person. And I love that I'm ending the video with this reading, because the rest have been kind of iffy, but even when I don't know who I'm talking about, you're giving me such great vibes, and I just wish you the best. So that'll be all for this reading. I definitely feel like someone might be coming into your life, but mainly I feel like this was to ensure that people still care about you. You're just in your head right now, and people love you. You are this ray of sunshine. You are like the mother friend, and no one forgets the mom. No one should forget the mom. You're great, and just don't forget that. Alright, so I think that would be all for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry that some of them were a bit darker than the rest, but I don't know, the number 8 and like decisions have been like in my head for a while, so I just felt like I needed to do so many readings that eventually the energy had to just shift to negative ones. You know, you can't have too much positivity without negativity. It's like yin and yang. But thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry if this was more of an attack than an advice, but I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a thumbs up if like you like this. Subscribe if you're new, or you just want to see more of me, or if you just want to press the subscribe button again. Comment down below what you want to see from my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Probably. Bye.